If this abdominal sequence feels too much to do all at once, you can always just choose one or two of the exercises to incorporate into your own practice routines. Let's begin by lying. Legs outstretched if that's comfortable for you. Taking a moment to really settle and connect to yourself. And let's take 3 deep breaths. And at the end of each exhalation, you're going to hold the breath and squeeze the abdominal muscles tightly down towards the floor. So connecting in with your abdominal muscles. So inhaling, exhaling, holding the breath and squeezing the belly down towards the floor. So you're pressing the back down. You're engaging your core and then releasing when that feels comfortable, taking a breath or two at natural rhythm and then repeating. So deep inhalation, long exhalation, engaging that abdominal lock, pressing the belly down towards the floor, holding for just as long as feels comfortable for you. And then releasing, round or two of natural breath, and repeating a 3rd time. So breath in, and a breath out. Holding the breath, engaging your abdominal lock. And then releasing. Let's bring the straight legs together, point the toes up towards the ceiling. Cradle the head with the hands and press the elbows down towards the floor. And let's raise the head up, look towards the feet. And keeping the head lifted, twist the upper body to the right side. So the back of the left shoulder lifts high up away from the floor. And then you come back through center and you twist the upper body to the left side. You go from side to side a few times. You keep your low body anchored to the floor. And as you twist to the left, for example, you can push out through your right heel. And as you twist to the right, you push out through your left heel. Both buttocks stay pressed firmly down. There's no tension in your neck. And you're conscious of the muscular action running down the right side of your abdomen and the left side of your abdomen. And noticing how these muscles are being worked. So next time you're twisting off to the left, you bring yourself to center, lower the head down, gather the knees in towards you. Just let the belly relax. It's so important to relax the abdomen as well as to strengthen it. And then start to circle your knees round. You might have the hands down on the floor here, or you might rest the hands on the belly to actively connect with abdominal muscles. So you're circling your knees with your knees together, and you might notice that the larger your circle, the more the work for your abdomen. So particularly your lower abdominal muscles here. And so it's your choice how much you want to work this. And obviously you need to have a strong low back to support the weight of the legs moving away from you. But if it feels okay, just experimenting with a big enough circle to really feel the work at center. Let's take a few rotations in reverse. Just check that your upper body is relaxed, your face is easy. So not always having to work at your limit. You can be making a fairly small circle and still somehow be getting work into your core. So it's not about really pushing or forcing, but about being in dialogue with your body to see how it can strengthen and where it can release. Okay, so be still, place the feet down on the floor. You might need to reposition yourself on your mat if you've gone walking. So again, a moment for the the stomach to completely let go its tension. So we do actually hold a lot of undigested material from life in our abdomen. So I'm not talking about food, although of course that's potential as well, but undigested emotional experiences and so on. And that can cause a lot of dysfunction here. So just as it's good to be strong at center, not only physiologically, but mentally, emotionally, it's also good to be able to relax your center. So it's not about creating a six-pack at all costs. It's about just doing what your body needs, strengthening where it needs to be strengthened, and softening where it needs to be softened. And let's cradle the head with the hands again. And draw the knees in towards the chest. Let's simultaneously extend the legs up towards the ceiling and raise the head. Flex your feet, push out through your heels. Just draw your pubic bone a little more towards your navel, and then lower your head and bend your knees back in towards the chest. Let's do that again. So you raise the head, you extend the legs up, you flex your feet. So you press your low ribs into the floor and you squeeze your lower abdominal muscles. You draw your pubic bone towards the navel, lowering the head down. And taking it again. So you're relaxed through your face, through your jaw. You're not straining in your neck to do this. And come back down. Make it twice more, coming up. You might exhale as you extend the legs there. And inhale as you come back down. And then once more. And again, place the feet down, relax the arms down, and rest. Take a really good rest. Nice way to release the abdomen is just to twist lightly from side to side. So you can bring the knees down to the right, roll the head to the left, come back through center, and do it to the other side. And then back again. And let's draw the right knee in towards the chest. And you can catch behind the thigh with the right hand. And then cradle the head with the left hand. Press the left elbow down towards the floor. Let your head tip to the left. And you're going to raise your head up, twist the upper body to the right, and bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Feeling the contraction, particularly through the right side of your abdomen. And then you slowly lower yourself down, moving really slowly. Press the elbow to the floor again, turn the head to the left, and then you're repeating. Raise the head up, twisting over to the right side, reaching into the tip of that left elbow, consciously contracting the right side of the body and lowering down. Let's come up again. We'll go for about 5 repetitions of each of these various different exercises. And always the invitation is to move on the breath. So you might inhale as you come down and exhale as you come up. And let's take one more. And on this final one, we can extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Pause here and rotate the right ankle round a few times. So the work is in the right side of the body. There's a contraction there through the right side. Let's rotate the ankle in reverse. And then be still. You're lowering the head down. You're bending the right knee. You're placing the foot down on the floor. And let's have the arms down by the sides. You might take a deep breath in to massage your abdominal muscles and organs. So obviously muscles are stretching and lengthening there as you breathe in, and you breathe out, you're releasing your fatigue. Let's draw the left knee in and catch behind the thigh with the left hand. Cradle the head with the right hand. Press the elbow down towards the floor. Turn your head to the right so you feel your shoulder blades squeeze in and down as you do that. And then you're raising the head up, twisting the upper body to the left side. Let's bring in the elbow to the outside of the knee and then lowering the head slowly back down. You want to come down as slowly as you went up. So press the elbow down, turn the head, and then nice smooth lifting up and twisting over to the left, coming back down Just remembering to pay attention to what's happening through the left side of the torso. So left side of abdominal muscles getting a good squeeze there. Do a couple more so you can inhale as you come down. You can exhale as you come up. No strain in your neck here. And then one more repetition. We're going to come up and hold there. Extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Circle the ankle round a few times. So you're keeping that contraction, conscious contraction through the left side of the torso. Let's rotate the ankle in reverse. And then be still with the foot. Lower the head down, bend your knee, place your left foot to the floor. Nice deep massaging breath to the belly. And let's cradle the head with both hands. You might go for the reverse interlock of your fingers here. So it feels a little less familiar than last time. You can press both elbows down into the floor, inviting your chest to open out and your back muscles to contract. So remembering that for a muscle to really fully lengthen, it has to contract first. So this is going to help you to raise up. You know, if your back muscles are really stiff, then it's actually difficult to do a sit-up. So you're pressing the elbows down towards the floor and you're squeezing the shoulder blades in. And then let's raise the head to the knees and lift the heels up high. Squeezing your inner ankles in towards one another. So you should feel some engagement in your lower abdominals coming from the feet and from your upper abdominals from the raising of the head. And then you lower your head down. Press the elbows to the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades in. This time as you raise the head up, flex your feet and curl your toes forward. And just notice what happens in your low abdomen and your pelvic floor as you do that. And then you lower the head down, relax the feet. Press the elbows to the floor. So let's lift the heels as we raise the head. So see how that is for your core. And then lowering down. And then flex the feet and curl the toes as you raise the head. And lowering down. So we'll do one more round of these two. So you're raising the head, raising the heels, really squeezing the inner ankles together, although they don't move. And then lowering down, and then raising the head, flexing the feet and curling the toes, and feel that squeeze from the feet come up into your pelvic floor. And then you're lowering down. Release the arms down the sides. Another good way to release stomach muscles is to come into a gentle back bend. So here the stomach muscles will distend, will lengthen. So you can just push gently into your feet, lift your hips up, press your shoulders down. So let your pelvis lead. You want to try and keep your ribs lower than your pelvis. And just breathe to that lengthening through the front body. And then slowly lowering down. And as the stomach muscles are probably getting a little bit tired now, let's take a twist as well. So twisting the knees to the right, and then to center, and to the left. And coming to center. Cradle the head with the hands. Raising the head up. Don't twist now, but bring your right elbow towards your right hip. So the left side of the body lengthens and the right side shortens. And then come back to center. So your shoulders stay level on the floor. You're not lifting your left shoulder up. Let's do it again. The lower body stays still. You bring your right shoulder towards your right hip, consciously contracting your right side. And then you're back to neutral, so keeping the head lifted. So you might not be quite at your boundary with your head lift here. And let's take that again. And back to center. And then you can lower the head for a moment to rest before we take it to the other side. Raising the head up, so not twisting. You're drawing your left elbow down towards your left hip. So you're keeping the right shoulder on the floor, contracting through the left side, and then you come back to center. And again, you come into side stretch and to center. And once more. And to center. And then lowering down. Just release the hands down beside you. Just circle your head on the floor. Make sure there's no tension building up in your neck. So when our stomach muscles are weak or our back muscles are tight, we can often try and make these movements from our shoulders and from our neck instead. And so just making sure that that's not been happening with you and you're releasing any tension or fatigue that's building up here. Just change the direction of that rotation of your head. And then be still. And then we'll go for a particularly challenging abdominal exercise now. So once again, you're cradling the head with the hands. So you might just change the interlock of your fingers so you're not doing the same thing every time. Raising your head up. So this is going to involve tracing a circle round with your upper body. So for example, you'll roll or you'll twist off to the right side first. And then from here, you kind of semi-circle your head down towards the floor. And then you twist off to the left side as you come up. And then you roll back over to the right, down towards the floor, up to the left, over to the right, down towards the floor, up to the left. Let's try a couple more. And you can be really pushing down through your feet to support some work in the lower abs. And then, of course, having worked one direction, we then need to go in reverse. So you can raise the head up. Let's twist over to the left first this time, and then it's down towards the floor, over to the right, back up, and round. So do check that you're not leading this from your neck or from your jaw or from your shoulders. You really want to connect into particularly upper abdominal muscles here, but also the support of your feet. So let's try another one. So you can go for about 5 in each direction. And then lowering the head down, arms down beside you. Completely relaxing, letting go. So that one's pretty strong. So you want to give yourself a good few moments to recover, to soften, to release. You can try a back bend again. So lifting up into bridge pose just to lengthen the stomach muscles out after that. And come down. And then we can try a twist again. So to each side. And then be still. So that upper body circle, as you will be feeling, has targeted the upper abdominal muscles. And this exercise, which is quite good fun, I'm going to target the lower abdomen, but it does require a bit of practice. I like to practice this with the arms up above the head. You might prefer to have the arms beside you, but don't push off from your hands to lift your hips up. So this is a hip lift exercise. So you'll draw the knees in towards the chest. And the idea is to hitch your low back up away from the floor using your low abdominal muscles. So you might not come very high. I'll come quite higher because that's the easiest way for me to do the exercise because I'm flexible. But yeah, it doesn't matter how high you come, but you want to try and get some lift there from your hips. Yeah? So your shoulders stay flat to the floor. Your head stays on the floor as you come down. There's a sense of ease in the body. And the movement originates from your center, particularly your lower abdominals. Yeah? So you can go for 5, you can go for 10, you can go for 20 if you're able to do it. And just notice if one side of the body is lifting up first, whether you're able to do it evenly. And just notice how your breath is. Okay, so let's let that go. Just release your feet down. Just relax your arms down. Breathe deeply. And then let's do a little counter pose to finish. So you're going to roll off to the side and come onto your belly. So we'll take a back bend from the belly. So just make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead. And take a nice deep massaging breath. So inhaling, you're pressing the belly and the chest into the floor. And exhaling, you're completely releasing, just releasing the weight of the body down. A couple more times. And then bend your right knee. Just bring your heel in towards the buttock. Reach around with your right hand. Catch hold the foot if you can. If you can't catch the foot, have the forearm across the small of the back and flex your foot. And then press the front of the thigh and the pubic bone down into the floor, which actually is going to activate your core. But we are going for a release here, a counter pose. And then raise your chest up. So you feel a length coming from your pubic bone through the front of the body up towards your throat. Squeeze your right shoulder blade in towards the spine a little bit. So pressing the thigh down, pressing the pubic bone down, and then releasing. Change sides. So you bend your left knee, catch the foot if you can, or you take the modification. And then you're pressing the thigh down into the floor, the pubic bone down, you're raising your chest. You can be pushing your foot back into your hand so that your left arm lengthens, left shoulder blade squeezes in, and you feel an active extension from your pubic bone to your throat. So feeling your stomach muscles really stretch out here, and then you're releasing down. So let go of the foot. Bring both palms alongside the rib cage. Tuck the toes of both feet under, so feet are about hip width apart there. And you're going to lengthen the body on the floor first of all. So you extend through front body on the floor and then lift up into a cobra back bend, pushing out through your heels. So you're not going to come up too high, but you really want to feel some lengthening through front body. And then you're lowering and you're untucking the toes. From here, let's push up to all fours. And we'll rest a moment in a child's pose. So take the buttocks to the heels, forehead to the floor. Space between your knees so that your belly can hang towards the earth here and that you can move completely freely with the breath. If you can't get your head comfortably to the floor in a child's pose, you can build up fists and rest the forehead on the fists, or you can prop your chin in your hands with the elbows on the floor. So ideally you want your buttocks towards your heels. So stay here for a moment or two. This is your resting position. And if you're comfortable in child, this might be enough of a rest. You just stay present with your belly and you're massaging your belly with your breath and you're letting the belly really soften and release here. So nothing to be held on to, nothing to work towards right now. So this might be enough to rest here in child's pose, or if it's easier for you, you can just come over onto your back and just lie on your back for a few moments to end your practice instead.